Good morning, dear students. Today we are going to start with the concept of the displacement reaction. But before that, let us recall what we did yesterday. We learned about the reaction of metals with acids and how and what kind of behavior they showed when they were treated with each other. When the metals, they reacted with acid, and don't forget the acid should be a dilute one. So we were taking here dilute acid like HCl, and when the metal reacted with it, it formed its corresponding salt, and along with it, it released or evolution of hydrogen gas took place. Okay. Now, if I ask you whether the bases also, metals are going to react with bases also, then yes, it will happen. But not all metals. Only very reactive metals, highly reactive metals, they are going to show their reactivity with the strong bases. Strong bases like the bases which can easily dissolve in water, just like sodium hydroxide. Okay. So only we need to know this, that some metals, just like zinc, just like aluminium, they also show their reactive behavior with the treatment of sodium hydroxide like bases, strong bases. Okay. So when a metal reacts with a strong or a reactive metal reacts with a strong base, then it forms a salt which is quite complex in nature, and unlike just like the acids and reaction of metals, hydrogen is produced. Here also hydrogen is produced. Okay. So how the reactivity takes place? Strong metal reacts with a strong base, and a complicated salt is formed. Along with it, hydrogen gas is released, just like the case of acid and metals. Okay. So we need to learn about this concept only, this much only. Like, we are not going to deal it in detail. It will be learned in higher classes like 10th class and all. Okay. So only to keep in mind that strong bases, they show reactivity towards reactive metals. Okay. Just like zinc and aluminium. Not all metals. Now, we will come to the new concept, that is displacement reaction. Okay. Displacement. The name is only giving you some hint. Displacement reaction. It means these are the reactions in which when a metal is tried to, or it reacts with the salt solution, then what happens? There is a displacement of the metal present in it. Okay. Metals react with salt solution and displaces the metal present in it. It means whatever the salt solution. But there is a condition. It's not that every metal is going to remove the another metal from its salt solution. It means that the ones which are quite reactive in nature, they are going to displace the less reactive ones. Let us take an example. Like, two people are sitting together on a desk and bench. Okay, on a seat they are sitting. One of them is quite moderate and one of them is quite hyper in nature. So another person comes, a third person comes, okay, and says to that moderate one, you get up from here, I am going to sit here. So what will happen? The person who is a moderate one, what he will do? He is humble. He will say, okay, you sit, I don't have any problem, you take this seat, and he will get up. Okay. And the one who was a little bit aggressive in nature will sit there. So what happened? The person who was less aggressive or humble was replaced or displaced by the person who was aggressive. Okay. On the other hand, let us take one more example. There are two people sitting. The person who comes is aggressive, but the person who is sitting over there is more aggressive. Okay. So what if you are going to observe, what will happen according to you? When the less aggressive person will come and say to the more aggressive person, you get up from here, I am going to sit. So do you think the person who is sitting will allow that person to sit? No, won't happen. So this is only the thing that we are going to talk here. Okay. Displacement reaction is a reaction in which a metal which is more reactive than the metal present in the salt solution is going to replace it and take its seat. Okay. But it happens on the basis of the reactivity nature. Okay. For that we need to know what is reactivity series. There is a series, we call it reactivity series. What do we call it? Reactivity series. Now what is it? Let us see. Reactivity series. See, this reactivity series, it is a series in which the metals have been arranged from more reactive metal at the top to the least reactive metal at the bottom. Okay, means when we arrange the metals on the basis of their reactivity, on top the most reactive element is there or metal is there, and on bottom the least is there. Okay, least reactive. So let us see, it is given in your book also, but I will mention here also that which metals are arranged according to this decreasing order or descending order. Okay, the metals have been arranged in such a way that their reactivity is decreasing as we go down the series. Okay, so first one is potassium. I am going to write down the symbols of the lead metals. Potassium, then comes sodium, then comes calcium. You have learned these symbols in your previous class, so I hope you remember them. Okay, then comes magnesium, aluminium, zinc. Okay, the most reactive is on the top, that is potassium. Then comes sodium, then comes calcium, magnesium, aluminium, zinc, then iron, Fe, then comes tin, Sn, stannous. Okay, Sn. Then comes Pb, that is lead, Pb. Then comes mercury, Hg. We call the symbol is Hg. Then hydrogen. Okay. Then comes copper. After copper comes mercury, then silver, and then gold. Okay. Potassium, sodium, calcium, magnesium, aluminium, zinc, then iron, then tin, then lead, then hydrogen, then copper, then mercury, silver, and last is gold. Okay, so this arrangement of the metals in their decreasing reactivity order is known as the reactivity series. It is a series in which the metals have been arranged in such a way that the top is the highest reactive and the bottom is the least reactive. Okay, so till lead, these metals are more reactive than hydrogen. Okay, above hydrogen, all these are more reactive than hydrogen, and the ones which are below hydrogen, copper, mercury, silver, gold, these metals are less reactive than hydrogen. Okay, so the most reactive, potassium, and the least reactive, gold. Okay, this is how the arrangement of metal is taking place. So a metal will only react with the salt solution if it is placed higher in the reactivity series than the metal in the salt. Let us take an example. For example, if there is like, if I say Fe plus CuSO4. Can you see where is Fe? Fe is here. Cu is here. So who is on the top? Fe plus CuSO4. This is a salt solution. Means it has been dissolved in water, copper sulfate. A beautiful blue color solution is formed. Okay. Now CuSO4, or we say copper sulfate solution in water. When this solution is taken, this is a metal salt. So when iron is made to react with it, do you think that reaction will take place? Yes, the reaction will take place. And what will happen? Fe is going to displace Cu and will come and sit on its place. Okay, and will form FeSO4 plus Cu. Cu will be liberated. Why? Because Fe is more reactive than Cu. Can you see here? Fe is above Cu. But Cu cannot replace Fe. If the reaction is like this, if we say Cu plus FeSO4, do you think any reaction will take place? No, not at all. No reaction is going to take place here. So we will write here no reaction. Fine, no reaction. Why? Because copper is less reactive than Fe. So it does not have this tendency to remove Fe from ferrous sulfate and take its place. Is it okay? So now the questions can be asked like this. If I say that magnesium and aluminium, then who is going to replace the other one? Magnesium is above and aluminium is below it. So aluminium cannot replace magnesium, but magnesium can replace aluminium from its metal salt. Okay, so a less metal reactive, so a reactive metal which is placed at the lower position in the activity series cannot displace a more reactive metal that is placed in the series. Okay, so we are going to do now some examples on this. Let us see how the reaction takes place and where. I am not going to rub this series so that it helps you out. Okay. Let us take the first example. The example of zinc plus copper sulfate. Where is zinc? Zinc is here. Zinc is here and copper is here. So do you think the reaction will take place? Of course, the reaction is going to take place. So what will happen? Zinc will be liberated, will take place of copper and will zinc form zinc sulfate plus copper. Copper being less reactive will be replaced or displaced by zinc. Okay. Then comes next. Let us take another example. Example of copper plus zinc sulfate. Let us see the vice versa condition. Copper plus zinc sulfate. What do you think? Reaction will take place? No. Why? Copper is at lower position than the zinc. So the lower reactive metal cannot replace the zinc, higher reactive. So we will write here no reaction. See, when you write, it can appear like that the reaction can take place. But if you do not know this basic thing, this reactivity series, you won't be able to write such type of questions. And in exam, the question can be put like this, that copper plus zinc sulfate complete the reaction. So if you will write here copper sulfate plus zinc, then you will get 0 marks. Okay. And if you write here no reaction, then you will be considered as an intelligent student, that you have learned the reactivity series and you can easily find it out and you are writing no reaction. Okay. So for this you need to learn this. It's very easy. It's not at all difficult. Potassium, you can just see the initial letters and according to it make an acronym and learn. Okay. So same way, can we have one more example? Fe plus, let me take another example of zinc sulfate, ZnSO4. Where is Fe? Here. And zinc sulfate, Zn here. Do you think the reaction will take place? No reaction. Again, no reaction. See why I am not rubbing this? So that it can help you out, that whether the reaction is going to take place or not. Fine. Let us do one more activity of that we have done already. Let us see again. Fe plus CuSO4 gives what it will give. It will give FeSO4 plus Cu. Cu will be liberated. Okay. So this is how we can explain the concept of displacement reactions and what is reactivity series. So from these reactions, what do we learn? What do we learn? That the reactivity of zinc, copper and iron, zinc, copper and iron is like zinc is more reactive than Fe, iron more reactive than copper. Okay, so we can find out the reactivity series in this also, that out of all these three, which one? You can be given a set of, say, the name of the element, symbol of the elements, and you can be asked that make a relation of highest to lowest reactivity. Okay, so like here zinc is most reactive and copper is least reactive. Zinc is more reactive than iron, iron is more reactive than, has more reactivity than copper. Okay, so this is how we can, so we conclude here. So you need to write down the questions, and the questions are, what is displacement reaction? Define it and explain with an example. Second question, what is reactivity series? What is reactivity series? In a beautiful manner, arrange the metals in a reactivity series.